So I've just done the last row where I've had 6 decreases. So I've got my final 6 stitches at the top. I'd stuffed the head a little bit so it's a little bit firm so that it is easier to sew this up here, otherwise it's very fiddly to do. Obviously there's a hole the underneath in here still, so some of the stuffing could come out. That's why I've only just stuffed it a little bit, and we'll stuff it more firmly from the other side later. So the way I sew this closed, I make sure I've got a nice long length of yarn, and I go from the inside of each of the stitches, going through the front loop of the last 6 stitches. So in through the front loop. So it's number 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then just to close this up, just give it a gentle pull. You don't want to pull too hard because chenille is quite delicate. You can easily snap this if you pull it too hard, if you give it a good yank. So just a gentle pull through. If you feel that your hole is a little bit too big, you could just go do a few stitches going round that last loop, but not too many, otherwise it will build up too much. But I'm quite happy with that, so I'm going to put my needle through, and what I'm going to try and do now is meet up with this other end that we started with right at the very beginning. So I'm going to just pass this down, put it nice and gently so it doesn't catch. So give it a little pull so it's nice and flat on the top, and then I just usually sort of follow the direction of the stitches, go all the way down, put it through. Oops. That's it. Making sure I didn't catch it on the other side, that it's not caught across there. And then probably one more will do it. And then I'm just going to pass it down to here. Now I'm not going to stuff it. I'm not going to stuff it yet, or I'm not going to tie this in a knot yet, because I am going to wait until I have fully stuffed it and finished, and then I'll tie these two together and pass them back through. Okay, so that's sort of the inside. You can just see those in there, but it's not going to get in the way of any stuffing. So the last bit to do is to just build up the tail on the last row, and then I'll show you how I sew this together.